Hey y'all, this is TCA Gaming, and I have a few questions for the community. I want to just get some input. So I've got these reverse holos. These are from the EX series sets, Generation 3. Now these cards are very tough to find in really nice condition. In fact, let me just see if I can pull one out. Delicate. This one might be able to see the scratches on it easily, but these cards are in really nice shape. I don't know what you can see right there, but like this one, probably maybe like an 8, maybe like a 7. Now I might be a little tough on it, but I can see some slight whitening, a little bit of light scratches. But you know, these reverse holos can be really tough to find in gradable condition. But most of the cards that are in these binders are. Now there are some that I've marked as, like, you see this one right here is excellent. So this one probably is not. It's got something going on with it. The front side, see some really light scratches on the holo, which you might not be able to. Sometimes it can be pretty tough to pick up on camera. Like the back side, see that, the whitening at the top. So like, I know that this one right here would not be worth grading, but at the same time, like, I have these complete reverse holo sets for the EX series. You know, a lot of this stuff is super tough to find. I like it for my personal collection. It's pretty cool. But at the same time, you know, I'm considering, you know, what if I graded all of them? Maybe even did it in sequential order. I know that for some of them it would definitely not work out. Here, let me go over this card while we're on it. So sometimes I forget. This card right here actually has an error and a corrected version. If you guys can look right here at the rough skin Pokepower, you can actually see where they displaced the non-holographic section. It was supposed to be just over the Pokebody part, but it actually made the first, like, PO part holographic. It shifted to the right. Now there is a corrected version for this card, so if you're looking for that, or you don't know about that error and you like collecting all the errors, that's one that is not as well known, but people do know about it. I believe there's some other cards in the set that do it too, but that one I definitely remember. But like, if you're collecting the EX series reverse holos, especially these early sets that are true reverse holos, it is so tough to get these cards in mint condition, pack fresh condition. I mean, like, it's really tough. I've got a few variations too, like that's a Cosmos foil. And especially cards like this where you got Flareon and Vaporeon that are going to be, you know, much more popular. Like, I know that these would be worth grading. You know, it could be worth it. Great looking Espeon. Like that Vaporeon. But see, I like going back through these binders. I get a lot of nostalgic kick from going through these things and looking at them. So maybe it's getting its worth right there, so I don't open up EX series boxes. But it's really tough to get these. In fact, if you bought, you know, some of these cards off places like Troll and Toad, eBay, really anywhere, you can about expect anybody who's going to describe these cards as near mint, just go ahead and assume that they're not. Just assume that they're going to be like excellent condition, probably worse, because it is so tough to get these cards without scratches in the holofoil. Most of these cards were just, I mean, they were just really bad. Like, when I settled on some of these cards because I was ordering these from different places. I probably had these sets mostly constructed from somebody who had a collection where he pulled everything out of packs and then just set it back, and then I got lucky enough to be able to buy that collection. I've got a Gyarados right there, Houndoom. And so I replaced them. I bought them from different places like Troll and Toad or eBay, different sellers on there. I try to buy from Collector's Cash when I can. They're pretty good about describing their condition. And there's plenty of other places. I don't do a whole lot with TCG Player, but might change in the future. Got a TV reporter right there. It is PL. That's the one that had a very short print, and I can tell you from experience, a lot of these, when I buy EX Dragon complete sets, they're missing this card. So I don't know if it is true. I know PK was talking about that. Yeah, it is pretty much just hearsay. I wasn't around, you know, when this come out, and I was like, well, active in the community anyway. So I think it was into Yu-Gi-Oh at this time. But yeah, based off of how many of these that I see, I would think that it is actually pretty scarce, because I don't run across them just randomly in collections. If they're there, people know that they have it. Here we have Team Magma, Team Aqua. Great looking set. I mean, it would be really cool to have all of the EX series reverse holos like sequentially, all 16 sets. I'm only going to show you guys like the first half of the sets because it has another binder. But yeah, so this is where it transitioned over to the cooler looking reverse holos or parallel holos. Just zoom in instead of trying to take my hand way up there. We got this dark Celebi. There you go, cool trainer Ryan. But most of these are like really pack fresh. So when I start to consider what I should grade and what I shouldn't, I know that, you know, I don't really collect the EX series that much. I just do the sealed product. But it might be cool to have these in case I ever didn't want to collect the EX series, because then all I have to do is go for the mainstream sets, which are going to be much easier to find than these. And then I could focus on the ultra rares. I used to have all the ultra rares. I probably still have a bunch of them here and there. Sorry you guys can't see the full side of them, but if you miss anything cool, I'll try to show it again. But it's also nice, like I said, to have these in a binder because I can flip through literally the entire EX series, check out all the cards that are not like super crazy expensive, and have all of them, you know, just within grasp. Relive that without having to open the packs up. Because I mean, like we opened up a fire red leaf green box, you know, 36 reverse holos is what you're going to get out of an entire box. You know, you've got probably close to 100 reverse holos here, so it's going to take 3 boxes minimum just to complete one of these reverse holo sets, and even then it's probably not going to happen. This is the common Ghastly, not the uncommon. Magikarp also, that's the common version. I don't think I've got the extra version in here. I believe I went ahead and sold the error version. If I did not, then it's probably going to be sitting at the end of the set list. Both of them Squirtles there. Yeah, I don't have it here. I just got a multi-energy. Got Team Rocket returns. Now this set, this is one that, you know, you could do a lot off of grading, monetary wise anyways, because a lot of these cards are, I mean, they just have really cool artworks. You got the Dark Dragonites. In fact, you've got the number 20 or the 19 and 20. You can get some of these in variations from theme decks as non-holos. I believe the Dark Marowak is another one like that. So you can get the holographic rare, then you can get the parallel holo rare, which is like this with the gold letters. Then you can also get the non-holo rare. Dark Tyranitar, I believe you can get within the theme deck, and a variation as well. But even like some of the commons, uncommons, I mean, look at that Dark Gyarados. Got both of these Dark Dragonairs, and they're just, you know, I just got it sitting in binders. Really more for my personal enjoyment, but you know, you got to think about everything, because I have a lot of stuff that I keep for my personal collection. You know, at what point is, you know, enough? I'm leaning more towards just keeping these in binders because it's such a nice, succinct, complete set. I know that there's other people out there with these reverse holo complete sets as well, and rarely do you see them move, especially in mass, because it takes a lot of effort to put together these sets. There's a Rayquaza, especially in good condition, and that's what most of these are. At least what I remember, anyways. Who knows? Maybe I'm a little delusional, and the condition is not as good as I remember on these sets. But I've got the last 8 sets as well. I think we just went through 8 sets, but I've got the last 8 sets. Let me know if you guys want me to show the next 8. Maybe I can find some other topic to talk about while I show you guys cards. This way, if there's lurkers who want to listen, they can listen to me talk, and then people who just want to see stuff, and they can put me on mute. That way they don't have to hear me talk about, you know, all this crap. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think. Should I grade these? How should I grade them if you think so? You can just put straight no, straight yes if you wanted to, but any help is appreciated. Usually I've got a pretty good grasp on what I want to do, but for these, I'm leaning towards keeping them in binders because I know how much work is put into them, but at the same time, I'm trying to factor in, you know, at $15 per card, that's not too bad. Now I know that some of these are going to come back in 10s, and it'd be kind of cool to have, you know, complete PSA graded sets within their box, even if I didn't want to sell them. So I don't know. Anyways, thanks guys for watching. Don't forget to like and sub, and as always, we'll have another video come out very soon. Thanks.